Direct from the Golden Hill Broadcast Center, this is Talk of the Town on KNSJ with former San Diego City Attorney Mike Aguirre.
Well, this Clash City rocker seeks financial aid on malcontent, starring this big movie. Well, sometimes it's hell, sometimes it's paradise, but when did boot camp lead to feeling groovy? All for the privilege of pulling double duty. Well, now I'm just dying under faded skies, tattoos with an out-of-state wedding. Well, confinement, what are your limitations? I'm responding to the Cherokee Nation. My relation's with another name for you. Where does the boundary lie? Who sets it and why? Well, I'm so bored with the USA. I'm living as a patriot who would rather die. Are you such a patriot? You would rather lie to the country to stand and deliver. Oh, where is Joe Strummer when you need him? If we talked amongst ourselves, would we even know the score? Blindsided by belief when I bought the less was more. The pumpkin head glows with delight. The NWO shows your mind makes a ride. Would the world bind together from an alien invasion by laughing at the nightly news? It's Clash City with the Arabs and Jews, but who's counting? Clash City with the Arabs and Jews. Where does the boundary lie? Who sets it and why? Well, I made it all, and now it's time to place the call. Beyond the slick charade of this one for all. The taps are blowing day and night. It's up against the wall, brothers and sisters. Ooh-hoo-hoo. And sometimes it's hell, and sometimes it's paradise, and sometimes you win, and sometimes you pay the price. Well, where does the boundary lie? Who sets it and why? Well, these lies you wanna sell keep me churning day and night, and I cannot believe the perils plied from such a plight. Where's the awful dodger when it comes to compromise? It's the kind of thing keeps the world turning. It's the kind of thing keeps me churning day and night. That's right. And if you love Jesus, why then do you bleed him? And where is Joe Strummer when you need him?
That was John Kanis, and you are listening to Talk of the Town. And John, that was absolutely great.
Thank you.
Now, John, you know, yes, this Clash-only rocker seeks financial aid, malcontent starring in the B movie. Those lyrics make me think. All your lyrics make me think. And I'm looking here at your book called Encyclopedia Walking instead of Walking Encyclopedia. And you're the kind of performer that we're missing in the larger music scene. And I'm just wondering how do we even ask you the questions that we need to ask you to try to understand what your message is?
Wow, that sounds like a Zen koan, like a riddle wrapped in an enigma or something like that. It's Clash City Rocker, by the way, because this whole song that I just sang was sort of inspired by a cross between Joe Strummer of The Clash, the late frontman, and the policies of George W. Bush's administration at the time, back in 2006 when I wrote it. But gosh, if people are looking for music like this, they can find me pretty easily. You know, there's lots of people out there singing their truths, one way or the other. It's just that they're not being given much of a voice. So I appreciate being here on KNSJ today and giving me an opportunity to talk.
Well, look, but what I guess, you know, you've written this book called Encyclopedia Walking, a pop culture and the alchemy of rock and roll. And we have been discussing on earlier shows how disappointed we are in the music today. And then you come along, and I'm reading your book, and I'm looking at your lyrics, and my mind is starting to work, and I want it to work. Is that your goal? Are you trying to do that, or are you just sharing for what is inside of you? What is your what's your disposition? What are you trying to present?
Well, I feel like everything in the media is going to shape your consciousness one way or the other, from the cradle to the grave. We're tuned into societal mores and values, and we're indoctrinated in all kinds of things, the church and the state and sanctioned educational programs. And if you can think outside of those boxes that we're all placed in and get beyond what's being pushed in the media, I think that that's a big challenge today, because the media seems to only want a certain kind of information, a certain kind of vibration to go out. And there's all kinds of people across the planet that are doing an alternative to that, and that's what I am offering, is something that's an alternative to what you're going to hear in the mainstream media.
Serving San Diego from high atop Monument Peak in the Laguna Mountains, this is KNSJ, where you can hear Talk of the Town with Mike Aguirre Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m. and 4 to 5 p.m. Our legacy shows occasionally feature the late Douglas Holbrook. Talk of the Town is an insightful program about what our community and our country need to be doing to get back on track. That's Mike Aguirre's Talk of the Town, here on KNSJ Descanso 89.1 FM and streaming live online at knsj.org.